What's up, you guys? It's Aiden the Thrill Seeker here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about all of the new rides coming to the UK in 2026. That's being this year, obviously. First off, let's start off with my local park, which most of you all know very well, Poultons Park. For this year, they have invested £12 million to building a new Viking-themed land called Valgard Realm of the Vikings, which is bringing a new roller coaster called Drakon, which will be a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, very similar to Soar the Ride at Thorpe Park. And its trains haven't arrived just yet, just letting you know, but it will be arriving at some point this month. And it will be having over-the-shoulder restraints, and not a lap bar, unfortunately, but I have heard it will be having new generation restraints, which will be a lot more comfortable and will be nowhere near as rough as Soar the Ride. And anyways, Drakon will be Viking themed, like I said earlier, and it will be the first inverting coaster at Poultons Park with two inversions, a dive loop and a zero-G stall, which is actually a UK's first inversion, to be honest. It's not been done in the UK yet, so I'm so glad they decided to do an inversion just like that. It'll leave you dangling out of your seat. Next up, they'll be bringing a UK's first flat ride into the park, which will be an art engineering wild swing ride called Vild Swing, which is a bit like Toxicator, but instead of going upside down, you just swing while you're going around. Earlier in 2025, it had started testing after it was built. It was testing so early, to be honest. When I saw it being built, like everything was being built, I was like, if everything's just done, you might as well just open it, kind of thing. And they will be retheming the park's Gerstlauer bobsled coaster, Cobra, into Raven. It has been undergoing a very big overhaul and retheme for quite some time, and it is nearly done, to be honest. If you didn't see, I did post my latest Valgard update on my short selection, so if you didn't check that out, make sure to go and check that out, because new theming has been going in near Raven turns, like, in between of Raven's helixes. They look amazing, like, they're like little watchtowers. And Valgard's opening day has officially been announced by Poultons Park themselves. It will be opening on the 16th of May, 2026, which is basically this year. And yeah, I'm quite excited for this. It was about time Poulton died at thrill coasters at the park, in my opinion. And also, while we're talking about Poultons Park, it will be opening in 3 weeks, so it's time for you to get planning. And one more thing, hang on. Nah, I think that's just about. Oh wait, hang on. Drakon will be having a height requirement set at just 1.25 meters, which means kids as young as 6 years old will be able to ride it, which is actually quite mental. Do you think it's mental? Let me know in the comments. And now let's head over to Chessington World of Adventures, where they have sadly got rid of the old Scorpion Express ride that used to be in the Mexicana area, which is now being occupied by Rattlesnake and some other stuff. Sorry, I don't know very much about Chessington, but it's been home to a lot of ride and animals for as long as I can remember. And they have invested on bringing a new Paw Patrol themed roller coaster and land into the park as well, and it'll be a Sierra family coaster, which is going to be a clone of Farmyard Flyer from Poultons Park, and it's actually going to be mirrored. So I did watch a little bit of Paw Patrol, but I'm so glad I'm not going to go on it, to be honest. Farmyard Flyer, I think, is better, even though I haven't seen them, bring the train reveal out yet, but I think Farmyard Flyer is the better one. And now, let's head over to Alton Towers, where they have sadly replaced their Postman Pat attraction, because the BBC just didn't want that ride in the park anymore, because the finale that aired in November 2024, I don't know why they removed it. Like I said, the BBC actually needed them to get rid of it. So instead, they're replacing it with a Bluey-themed coaster, which will be the world's first Bluey-themed coaster. Honestly, Towers love their world first slogans, apparently. I'm not trying to complain, Alton Towers, but it's just legendary that they just love doing their world first. And yeah, not very much to talk about this one, but I never watched Bluey because I was quite old when it came out. I was born in 2011, and it did come out in 2019, so I never really watched any of it. But I'm so glad I didn't, because it does sound quite weird. Anyway, finally, let's head over to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, where they have invested lots of money into getting the UK's biggest gyro swing, which will be called a Victus, which is an Intamin gyro swing, and you won't believe what it's going to be having. It's going to be having lap restraints, and it will be having Intamin gyro swings with lap bars. Apparently, it provides more airtime, so I could be going back to Blackpool Pleasure Beach this year after 2 years, so I could be able to try that out if it doesn't have very much of a big queue. And hang on, and it'll be the largest and most thrilling ride at Pleasure Beach, and it'll be the biggest part gyro swing in the UK, like I mentioned earlier. It looks insane. They have started on some theming, I think. Yeah, and it looks amazing. It'll be having a similar theme to Icon because of the snake. And even though Icon's trains is meant to resemble a dragon, but it does look like it has a very similar theme to Icon. Even though an official opening date hasn't been announced just yet for Victus, but I could be assuming it could be either around May or March time. It could be May. If I'm wrong about it opening in May, come back to roast me. So, I could be assuming it's opening in May, or maybe it's just going to be March, I'm not sure. So, I could be assuming it's May. Like I said, if I'm wrong about that, just come back to roast me. And, yeah, I'm quite excited for all these rides to open in the UK in 2026, especially Valgard at Paultons Park. I'm just so excited. A thrill coaster at my local park, that's what I desperately needed. Especially a retheme of Raven as well. That's another thing what I desperately needed. And also, if you didn't see, I did tell you all that Raven's trains have now been revealed, and they look amazing. I wasn't expecting, like Cobra, there was a snake at the front of the train. I was expecting, like, a bird, like Raven Bird, to be at the front, but the trains don't look bad. And now we're just waiting on Dracon's trains, which, like I said, not going to be delivered until at some point this month, or February, I'm not sure. I just hope it's this month. Anyways, that's about it for this video. So if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoyed. And a quick thing, just thank you all for the recent support on my videos. It really does mean a lot. And we're closing in on 300 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, I really would appreciate it. And yeah, I really appreciate the support. And like I said, if you could get me to 300, that would be really, really appreciated. Anyways, like I said, that's about it for this video. So if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, and keep on thrill seeking. Peace.